Efforts to treat coronavirus continue. Some British jobs will reopen soon. If you want to know what famous newspapers have written about this news today, watch this video.
Daily Mail.
Urgent probe into obesity linked to COVID deaths. An urgent review has been launched into whether obesity, ethnicity and gender raise the risk of death from coronavirus. Matt Hancock yesterday ordered health officials to trawl through the records of thousands of pandemic victims. Mail Force made us cry with joy. Faced with rip-off prices for safety kit they couldn't afford, carers with a message for Mail Force donors. They had no one left to turn to for help. Trials of the lockdown mistresses. In the final part of our series, we reveal a sharp rise in lust online and the married men desperate to see their lovers.
The Daily Telegraph.
More than half of all adults now paid by state. Sunak warns the cost of furlough scheme is not sustainable after 6.3 million sign up. More than half of Britain's adult population is now being bankrolled by the state, amid warnings from the Chancellor that the furlough scheme could soon cost as much as the NHS. Lockdown rules for the over 70s set to be relaxed. Healthy over 70s look set to be released from stringent social distancing measures, the Daily Telegraph has learnt. Opting for the NHS virus tracker could hamper holidays abroad. The NHS will today launch its app to track coronavirus, but was immediately warned that failure to join an international system could hamper Britain's attempts to take foreign holidays. Drone zones expanded for crisis deliveries. Air Traffic Authority gives liftoff for unmanned aircraft to fly in packages for essential services. Head teachers seek clarity over absentees. Ministers urged to clarify whether pupils' attendance should be compulsory when classrooms reopen.
Daily Star.
Stop going like the clappers. Wild NHS applause causing spike in A&E visits. The weekly clap for our key worker heroes has caused a bizarre rash of accidents. Looking after yourself in lockdown. Sticking to healthy habits can feel like a challenge at the moment with our daily lives being turned upside down. I'll be off then. Love Island has been axed this year after coronavirus made it impossible to stage. The ITV2 dating show, which last year starred Maura Higgins, Above, was due to launch next month. But social distancing meant contestants would have been barred from sharing beds or kissing. It will go ahead in 2021. Presenter Laura Whitmore, right, vowed, next year is going to be big. Stay safe. Nobody is funny anymore. The royal family star Ricky Tomlinson claims he has nothing to smile about these days as no one makes him laugh.
Daily Express.
Glimmer of hope as death toll falls. Hancock launches app to hunt down virus as UK edges closer to easing lockdown. Matt Hancock last night raised hopes of lifting the COVID-19 lockdown in many parts of Britain as deaths fell to their lowest level since March. The Health Secretary said an NHS app to hunt down the virus will be tested on the Isle of Wight from today. Dame Judi Dench. Retirement? That's a dirty word, says Star, 85. She may be Vogue's oldest cover girl for 104 years, but don't dare mention retirement to Dame Judi Dench.
Metro.
Thank you and good night. Flagship hospital mothballed as infections fall in the capital northwest now pandemic hotspot. The flagship Nightingale Hospital, created in 10 days to help the NHS cope with coronavirus, is being mothballed as infections plunge in London. The facility, opened at the capital's Excel Centre at the end of March with help from military planners, has space for 4,000 patients, but last night only 20 were still being treated there. They will now be transferred elsewhere, while staff will get commemorative T-shirts for their contribution.
The Scotman.
Scots face repeated spells of self-isolation after lockdown. Warning as country gears up for test, trace and isolate approach from June. Scots face the prospect of having to self-isolate several times until a coronavirus vaccine is found, Nicola Sturgeon has warned. Trial of contact tracing app starts in UK. Nicola Sturgeon sounded a note of caution over an NHS app to track suspected coronavirus cases, as the UK government urged residents on the Isle of Wight to take part in a pilot starting today. Heroes in masks. Volunteers make 20,000 face shields for NHS.
Thank you for watching this video. If you want the newspapers to be available to you on a daily basis, subscribe to us. Have a nice time.